Be patient when you are suffering. Be patient when you are suffering. I want to thank the Lord for another blessed day. I want to give a great shout out to the YouTube family. Hope everybody doing well. I want to give a shout out to Big Slide also and HUD or Who 77. God bless everybody. Just want to encourage everybody for a moment. And I had another comment say, JT, you still let those videos speak? And I said, yes, because the same zeal I have for piano tutorials, same zeal I have for the Word of God. And thank everybody for their questions also. But I want to talk about be patient when you are suffering. Patience. And we know that James is the brother of Jesus who wrote not only this book for just people back then, but James wrote this for all Christians. And he teaches us about faith. He teaches us about patience. Now let's move on to let's go to chapter 5 and verse 7. And it says in verse 7, be patient then, brothers, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, and how patient he is for the autumn and spring rains. And 8 says, you too be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near. Don't grumble against each other, brothers, or you will be judged. The judge is standing at the door. And we all know who the judge is, telling us to be patient in our suffering. No matter what we're going through. And remember, James also said, when you fall in the divers temptation, count it all joy. Having patience in your hard times when you are suffering. And I like how he used the farmer, how the farmer waits. And we look at nowadays how we going through so much. Well, we look at how people say they have faith, but their faith ain't what they say it is. And they walk around quoting, "Oh, I got faith." Well, faith is about moving also. You can't keep praying and just sitting still. You got to show the Lord, what are you going to do for him? Verse 10 says, brother, as an example of patience in the face of suffering, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord. As you know, we consider blessed those who are persevered. You have heard of Job's perseverance and have seen that the Lord finally brought about. The Lord is full of compassion and mercy. And I even like how he went back to Job. And we all know the story of Job and how Job, he still kept his eyes on the Lord, didn't he? Job was an upright man. See, ain't hardly none of us upright men, are we? And Job, even his own wife said, you curse God and die because of all the things that was happening to Job. But what folks didn't catch in Job's story is that God allowed Satan to do those things to Job. Because Satan has been walking to and fro, seeing who all he can get. Remember the Lord asked Satan, where has you been? And then he said, have you considered my servant Job? And the Lord had to show the devil that if you can't get my upright man, my servant Job, to turn against me, what in the world make you think you got a chance with me? Ladies and gentlemen, how good is your faith right now? How strong is your faith? Do you really trust in God? And verse 12 says, above all, my brothers, do not swear, not by heaven or by earth or by anything else. Let your yes be yes and your no be no, or you will be condemned. May the Lord have a blessing to the readers and the hearers and the doers of his holy word. That's James chapter 5, verses 7 through 12. Now, we can learn a lot from James. Now, what is faith? Once again, faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. You can go to Hebrews and learn that about faith. And when you look at faith, without faith, it is impossible to please God. So when you tie patience in with faith, how are you standing on it right now? And I'm here to just encourage everybody once again about hanging in there through your suffering times. Be patient. Be patient. Abraham had faith, didn't he? Oh, see, faith is not just believing in something, but see, real faith is going through things that show our faith to be real. See, we can learn a lot from the book of James. And when I think about faith, like the Papa JT says, it's all about moving also. So James is not a real long book. I challenge you to go through the book of James. You'll learn that God don't even tempt us. Satan do all the tempting. God don't put no, he don't tempt us. No, he don't. We ought to do what God's saying. And one thing I like about James too, which is I'm going to come back and do on, is favoritism. Don't show favoritism. And be careful what you say, because trying to tame that tongue, we know about that. And we're going to also learn in the book of James, you don't criticize others. You be patient when you suffer. Pray when you are sick. Trial and tribulations come to make us strong people. And if you can't stand for God right now, if you can't deny yourself right now, if you can't die to yourself like Paul did, you're going to have big trouble. So I just want to encourage everybody. Everybody going through something. I don't care who you are. We all going through something. I don't know what you're going through, but I'm just going to encourage you in this video. Hang on in there. Some people laying on the sick bed. Oh, man, y'all keep my brother, Pastor Donley, lifted up in prayer. He ain't doing too good. He ain't doing too good. And I've been, trying to check on him, but they won't even let you visit him nor call right now. He's in the hospital, in ICU, man, in the intensive care unit. And they doing all they can. And I'm, just trying to encourage his church family also. Pray for the Mount Zion family. And we just going to keep encouraging each other. I don't know why we done got to the point where we don't want to encourage each other and lift each other up. So we can learn a lot from the book of James. May God bless you. May God keep you.